Clouds on Mars products, a place where you begin your journey with innovative, visionary, and easy to implement solutions for your business. My name is Marcin Kubica. I'm head of product of Clouds on Mars, and today I'm with Estera Kot, CTO of Clouds on Mars. Hello, Estera. Good to have you here.
Hello, thanks for inviting me and pleasure to be here.
Thank you. In this episode, we will discuss a challenge that we've seen that there is an increased demand on the market. We received a couple of requests from our customers, and this is migration from Tableau to Power BI. We will discuss the main three topics, main three items. First of all, we will think what drives companies, why they think that maybe it's a good time to migrate from whatever solution to another solution, maybe Microsoft Power BI. Also, we will discuss how automation changes economics of such projects like migration. And also we will discuss impact that we can get out of migration projects like Tableau to Power BI using some automation. So let's begin.
Let's kick off.
Yes. Estera, at Clouds on Mars, we did some migration projects in the past. We migrated Tableau to Power BI, and that was manual heavy lifting. We spent hundreds of hours on projects in the past. We also migrate sub-business objects reports to Power BI. What triggers company to start thinking about migration like Tableau to Power BI, for example?
There are a few reasons. One of them is costs of the licenses coming from Tableau. That's one of the tools that is allowing you to build your BI, business intelligence, dashboards, reports. And it's not a cheap one. From the other side, it's unification. Tableau, knowing that the current ecosystem of the data platforms are more into Snowflake, into Databricks, into especially Microsoft Fabric, and the drive to unify all of your data assets just to start governing them and then properly reusing. And Tableau, because it's not from the system, is not the greatest tool just to make sure that the performance is there, the clean and simple data governance rules are also there. But the majority of the times it's a connection of simplification and growing costs related to Tableau licenses, considering that Power BI, it's part of Microsoft Fabric. It's super well integrating with Snowflake and natively integrating with Databricks. And it's allowing you to do more. So why still be bottlenecked with Tableau, where with the usage of automation as of now, as of 2026, you can migrate your business intelligence reports, dashboards to Power BI and just get more out of those tools.
Mm-hmm. So when a company has data platform built on Azure, they usually naturally have also Office 365. So Power BI as a reporting tool is a natural choice. Maybe they have Tableau as a previous solution for reporting, but that's what they think, oh, maybe we should integrate it and use the same methods for governance, for example, right?
Yes, unification. That's the key objective of every CIO, CDO. Just to make sure that we are using the same tools from the same family. From one side, not to be bottlenecked, from the other side, to get the biggest power coming out of them. And here I would love to share the anecdote. As in 2015, when the Power BI was introduced, Tableau was laughing. What's the Power BI? There is nothing that we should worry about in terms of our business, as they just ignore the niche player that time. As of now, as of 2026, based on the data that Microsoft was showing during their last FabCon conference, more than 95% of Fortune 500 companies are using Power BI as the main BI tool. Around the globe, there are more than 400,000 paying customers who are paying the license for Power BI. Lots of developers, lots of knowledge. And right now, if we just review the Gartner's Magic Quadrants for the BI world, Power BI is the leader for the last at least 5 years. So we can see that, yes, Power BI ate the cake that Tableau, due to some reasons, do not estimate well and played well. And Power BI is that tool for BI and AI world coming further. That's why still I would say that in the past, the number of projects related to migrations to Power BI was higher from like the number of requests. From the other side, all of those projects were manual. Right now, with the use of machine learning, so basically training the algorithms based on the projects we already delivered and what we did, as there is no direct or super simple mapping between Tableau and Power BI, but with using machine learning and then with using LLMs just to streamline the mapping of the data types, for example, the mapping of the objects, and also lift and shift, but not
So
human
Estera,
hands.
maybe let's not go that far at this
Okay.
point. we
Just
will
wanted
dive into.
mention MCP, everyone.
Of course, we will mention that sooner or later today. But coming back to the reasons companies decide to, okay, let's pursue such project. Let's focus on another detail, because obviously you can migrate from Tableau to Power BI in a manual way, but there is a certain point, certain level of scale or complexity when you start thinking, oh, maybe we should find a way to make it automatic. So where this point lies on the table?
I believe that if you are doing something once, so you have one file from Tableau and you want to migrate that to Power BI, do it manually. But if you have at least a few, so for me too, plus especially more than 100, and there are organizations which have like more than a few thousands of dashboards of files coming from Tableau, then yeah, you need some automation.
Yes, and we've invented an automated way to migrate Tableau to Power BI. We call it Loom. So there is a specific gap in the market in which Loom plays well. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? You mentioned that there are companies that have thousands of reports to migrate, but perhaps there are
Right.
other aspects too, right?
Yes. So first of all, the number of reports that you would like to migrate. Secondly, every report is having multiple visualizations. So this is another caveat that for every visualization from Tableau, there is no direct mapping to find something in Power BI ecosystem, meaning that for majority there are, but there are some exceptions and edge cases. Then visualizations are just what we see. The magic of performance is happening behind. So the data model, the data structure, and how to build a semantic model behind, and also connection to the data. So that's not simple, and that's taking lots of manpowers.
All right, so it's time to get into technical details. So, how does Loom approach this process of migration? There are several elements that you need to think about when you migrate from Tableau to Power BI. Thinking about Power BI itself, you have to create several things, right? You need to create schema, you need to create measures, you need to build visualizations. How does Loom approach this challenge?
So first of all, we are starting with the analyze phase, and this phase is good enough for every company that is considering migration to Power BI just to get the Loom's report. Because during the analysis phase, we basically decoupled all of the information that the file is storing about exactly the semantic model, the data. Sometimes the file also contains the data, its structure, all of the measures, everything what we can get from the file, Loom is analyzing. And Loom is building the the answer, what's the complexity to move this report to Power BI. Loom is also advising, yes, for these visualizations, you can get direct mapping. And this is the specific chart that you should use. And when there is no direct mapping, then Loom is suggesting maybe you would like to buy custom visuals from the marketplace, or you can just change the approach how you build the model. As The magic also of the Loom, or the strength of the Loom, is also that, okay, because we analyze, we have lots of data to start moving you from lift and shift towards, there may be some gaps and we know how to do it better. Or Loom knows it, how to do it.
Yes. So there is automation, there is some intelligence, artificial one, of course, that is embedded in the Loom. There are companies that may have this fear. Well, I have my data. These are my secrets. I don't want AI to touch my data. Is there a solution for that when you use Loom?
Yeah, so first of all, we built Loom based on two pillars. First pillar is the normal heuristics coming from the logic, math, and statistics. And here, for that aspect, we don't have to use AI. And Loom is handling with those heuristics majority of the cases. We are using AI as a last layer just to make it better with the quality, check what the heuristic produced. So with AI, the quality is higher. If someone doesn't want to use AI, then okay, we will work with heuristics, and the report and also the migration will work, as those rules are based on the delivered projects. They are repeatable, not like LLMs hallucinating. But from the other side, in terms of using AI and not wanting to expose the data, first of all, here I would say that we would need to especially review Azure OpenAI endpoints and Anthropic endpoints. And once we check it, once we have the API key for the specific model, based on the privacy policies that those companies are having, they do not take the input that we are sending for training other models. So that's one caveat. Second caveat, we offer Loom as a SaaS product. From the other side, we are also open to install that in companies' ecosystem, and be sure that yes, I can embed there a model that can be stored on-prem coming from a company. So if you use, for example, Olama and some models that you store locally, we also can embed it. So Loom is designed in a way that I can just embed AI here. By AI specific, for the last layer, I mean LLM. And I need just a clear definition. Where is it? Either host somewhere, so I need API key, or it's host locally, so I can run it. No other magic.
Well, you've touched several interesting points. So let's put this in order. So first of all, there are two layers of Loom, right? One is deterministic, algorithm-based, no AI involved. There are certain algorithms that we apply to analyze and migrate Tableau reports to Power BI. There is a portion that can be done by AI. We can turn it on and turn it off up to the client. Second layer that you mentioned, or second aspect that you mentioned, is that we do have full control of which model, which LLM is used to do this processing, the AI part. And we can listen to our customers. And if they have any preference in this regard, we can choose different models, also including those like Llama models, so clients can feel safe.
Yes, definitely. And those are the main pillars: reports, AI. And then, again, as an engineer, I really want to see for sure, knowing what's my report in Tableau, I want to see the result. That's why we implemented a way that during the migration, we can deploy the semantic model. Even we can move the data, extract from the report if there is data. So we are extracting the data, creating a lakehouse, transitioning those CSV to delta tables, building semantic model, and then building for you ready to present visualizations. That's why you see the end result just by uploading the file. So we also implemented that for us, the quality checks with Power BI service, just to make sure that the semantic model we are building makes sense. But from the other side, we can just deploy that into Microsoft Fabric for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, it would be great to have something visual today. Can we pull something that we can actually show to our audience and discuss on that?
We build a website. You can go through it, highly encouraging you to do it. But let's check the visual way. So very simple, 4 steps we said that Loom is working on. We are starting with just waving. So upload the Tableau workbook into this Loom pile. So I will do that. Okay, I have a file, a very simple bar chart coming from one of the books related to Tableau. I'm uploading that. It should take a while. Fantastic. The file is uploaded. Now we trigger the first pillar, analyzed the workbook.
So actually, those who watch our episode, I understand that they can go to the website. By the way, we will share the link to this website in the description, and they can use their file. They can, of course, put the fake data into the Tableau file, and they can actually use this product, right? As you showed today.
Yes. As of now, the heuristics are working for everyone. This is one of the versions we published. We have not published the most accurate still. We are planning to do that, and we are working on that every day. But yes, definitely you can use it for check your workbooks, Tableau files. And here you can see, let me describe. So, and the Loom is analyzing in terms of the data sources, parameters, fields, groups, actions, dashboards, and worksheets that are inside a specific file. Then Loom is estimating based on from one side, our knowledge, our models trained in the past, but also delivered projects, but also AI. Loom is estimating what the complexity to remove this file manually. And here we have a very simple report, can show you a very complex one when it takes days. At the same time, Loom is telling you all of the risk factors and recommendations. It's a blending of our knowledge based on delivered projects, but from the other side, also the model that we fine-tuned.
Well,
Then,
we are obviously fans of Power BI, right? We've been doing this for 9 years almost. So we actually, the whole knowledge that we have collected throughout those years, this knowledge is included in the Loom.
Yes. And here, even if you just use the pillar for analyze, please remember always to mention if that's helpful or not, because we are not checking data as always as checking just the telemetry and monitoring your satisfaction. So just leave the hands up for the report, or if not, provide the feedback. But here, in terms of the conversion, Loom is producing Power BI project. From the other side, we can enable the toggle button for 2 functionalities. The first is related to multi-agent AI conversion. So basically, and we need to put the password, that's the premium feature, but using the much more expensive models just to be sure that they produced the highest quality based on coming from AI. And from the other side, you can get the option to deploy the data to Fabric Lakehouse and then deploy everything end to end to your Power BI workspace within Fabric. As of now, those features are premium. That's why I'm just going with the functionalities which are open. But if you would love to check the premium functionalities, please let us know. So we are happy to share the password so we can test those functionalities as well.
So how much time does it take to make this conversion that we are observing now? Oh, it's done now.
Yes, it depends on the complexity. It takes a few seconds. I would say that at least 15 plus, but it can take up to a few minutes once we have a more complex one. But here you can see all of the information regarding and the score for the migration. So we can see that the conversion step happened in behind. First of all, download the Power BI project file. It will trigger downloading the zip. We review what's inside in a second. So just trigger that and it will start downloading exactly. From the other side, download the full report. Again, those are the free functionalities you can check. And the third is deploying to Fabric here as well. This is a premium functionality. If we connect the first deploying the data and here deploying to Fabric, we are landing in fully migrating the Tableau file that is ready to operate, ready to be used in Fabric in just a few minutes. And as
That
always,
sounds great.
provide the feedback, tell us how it's work, as we need the feedback coming from our customers. Now, let me show you what Loom produced, what Loom generate. Okay, as you can see, I have two files. One is the migration report 14 version of the name of the file. And here you can see the full conversion report. All of the information you've seen from the UI, it's written here with the details about the source, tons of information, especially when you need to create the documentation as part of every project. So you need it. A second, the most important, is a zip file with Power BI report, Power BI project with data, CSV data in that case, as that was embedded into the Tableau file, with the semantic model, TMDLs, with the migration guide, migration report, as well. The full migration report is embedded here. And what you need to do, just again, if you are using Windows, use Power BI and desktop to import it, to check if everything works, and it will work. From the other side, if you want to use it inside and from Fabric Power BI, I believe that the best way is just to use those premium functionalities, so you don't need to upload the data, transform it, because we handle that for you.
Good. Thank you very much, Estera, for showing this to us today. So I'm wondering if there is still human in the loop in this whole process. What's your viewpoint on that?
Yeah, human is always in the loop, as this humanocentric AI solutions are the way to go. First of all, the first pillar, it is based on the heuristic. Here, we don't need human, as there are the rules that are prescriptive, you mentioned descriptive, listing what will happen when. And this is clear. From the other side, when we add this AI flavor here, among this process, you can provide the feedback through the tool. So yes, we are behind it. From the other side, if you would like to buy it and install that in your company, we are also having a dashboard that is showing you how the usage of the tool is looking, what are the scores per file, so you can very easily jump in to help if the score is not enough. Because we need a human in the loop, especially for what? To monitor. Yes, we implement that. We have a monitoring dashboard embedded as part of the product. From the other side, just to make sure that the quality is there. And based on this dashboard, we'll get the information where the quality may needs some improvement. Maybe human interaction is needed. You will get that information.
So I believe that there is, when we do the work with Power BI reports, we still produce a lot of Power BI reports at Clouds on Mars for our customers. And I believe that what we do, besides the technical work, we do this whole storytelling part of report creation, right? So I assume that Loom can nicely migrate from Tableau to Power BI, can generate PBIX file, the report that can be sent to Fabric to Power BI service, but there is still a work that can be done by a consultant to work with the business and improve the quality of the report, improve the way the report is telling the story.
Definitely. So here, Loom is helping with the reality that instead of few hundred man days, we can get the analyze and just showing you lift and shift how will look like in a few days and weeks. And then the best scenario is to optimize, as usually the way how we author your Tableau data structure reports, it's having some inheritage of the approach that was on the market a few years ago. And right now, seeing how the technology change, there can be a strong area for improvements, for simplifications, as also we are challenging customers. Do you really need all of them? All of those 3,500 files, reports, notebooks, or basically, yes, they are needed behind, but what you need to have is just a few, maybe 5 pages where you focus and you get the data for your decisions. Because who has the time to open 100 files every day just to make a decision of invest or not? That's why We help business to transform into be more actionable. And business intelligence is not about visualizations. It's about giving you the right context so you can make the right decision and decisions.
Yeah. Well, this rings a bell in my mind. It's a nice intro to perhaps another, well, for sure, another episode about another product that we are creating. And this is exactly about how the data can make an impact. They can drive decisions, but they can also make an impact. We'll discuss it the other day. But coming back to the business impact of Loom, obviously, in the past, we were doing this kind of projects manually. Now we have this automation. What business impact do you see when customers start using Loom?
For sure, they pay less and we deliver faster. A few days ago, I repeated that exercise. I was doing the research who is doing some similar approaches. And right now, the tools are super bloody expensive and they do not guarantee the quality, plus they are not embedded with that level of AI and that level of integration with Fabric. That's why we are the first on the market. Yes, this is a niche that right now we are jumping in. And customers with us, with Loom, they will pay less for the migration. So they basically, the decision to unify your data estate, your BI estate, has never been simpler and cheaper in terms of what's the investment needed. And once you are in a Azure ecosystem, Fabric, Databricks, Snowflake ecosystem, and once you have your favorite BI moved to Power BI. Now we are talking about how to get more. So the dam that is stopping your water, keeping that on the specific level. But basically, once we remove those dams, the water starts to slowly flow. And you can get more because you get unified BI estate, data estate.
Yeah, this makes me think that if you have this automation that can do for you this heavy lifting, that is kind of repeatable process. Still in the past was done by humans, but now it can be automated. It gives a space for consultants to improve the quality of the reports, right? To make them not really more beautiful. This is not the goal itself, but more useful in the everyday business situations, right? We want to bring this good storytelling to the reports and help business users to get data quickly out of those reports.
Yes, simplification, getting faster and more actionable information. Coming also and always from the architect's head and wearing architect's hat. For me, it's about simplification, as the objective is not to have the same visuals, the same data in yet another tool. If that's your business objective, then we need to talk more about business consulting in terms of like why you really need that. But here is about unblocking you to do more with your data.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Estera. So let's summarize our today's conversation. We said that automation can bring benefits for the business in terms of cost of migration projects, but also time to delivery of the migration process. Loom, the product that we have developed, combines actually three elements. There are deterministic algorithms that do not use AI to make a conversion from Tableau to Power BI reports. There is AI layer, and we have full control of this AI layer that can even enhance the experience, the final results of the Loom's operation. And there is also human layer. There are humans that can help businesses adjust the outcome of or whatever is the product of the Loom's operation to make sure that this outcome is delivering business value even more than whatever was available when they had those reports in Tableau. Very good.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. So, guys, if you are facing a business challenge that you would like to share with us, maybe you would like us to think how we can technically solve the problems that you have in your business, in the data analytics, AI, automation, please feel free to contact us. You can contact Estera or you can contact myself via LinkedIn. We will be happy to engage in the conversation with you. And also you can follow Clouds on Mars LinkedIn page so you can hear more about the news and the different endeavors we take when we talk with our customers. And if you watch this on YouTube, I think I'm supposed to say that you need to make sure that you subscribe and you hit this ring bell button so you will get notified about the upcoming episodes of Clouds on Mars products. Let your data make an impact.
Let's make an impact. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.